And this is the part where I question intelligence. So today I want to address something that's been bugging me, and a solution was presented in the comments that I'm going to try. So this is where we get to be a little creative. So the bags on these things, I don't know how they were originally mounted, but the way it came to me, right, it literally has 1/4 turn clip that's broke and a 1/2 inch bolt, well, 1/2 inch wrench. So these things rattle around, make all sorts of noise. I don't see them lasting if I was to run it this way. So I did a swap on a 08 Road King where I put the white painted bags on in place of the regular bags, and actually it had a pretty cool setup, which is rubber mounted and rubber supports inside here. So I can't imagine this is good, that it just sits on the metal. I mean, this just doesn't make any sense to me. So, oh, also I have the tour pack. So in a little while we'll play a game of what's been sealed in this tour pack for 20 years. But for now, I went and picked up some of these rubbers that go, they should fit. Yeah, they fit pretty good. All right, so these support the bottom, and then I picked up these that'll go in the holes, I hope. And then I picked up these knobs, kind of like the newer style. So we'll see if this fits, if this goes together. You know, if things line up. I'm not even certain. I mean, all right, that goes in. So one piece so far went together. Yeah, it'd be cool to be able to secure these bags so they don't rattle. Side note, while I go get this clip, tires are done, so that's gonna happen soon. Fresh Dunlop American Elites. But yeah, I'm gonna start putting these clips in, trying to put the rubbers in. I also ordered a new seal because whatever this was is now solid and has almost no give and cracked, and I'm sure not doing anything to support or seal this. So we'll see how this goes. So this should be fairly straightforward. I'm just going to try to fold this grommet and fit it in. Little screwdriver to help. So it's going in. I will say, for anyone that wants to do this, I cannot speak for the size of the hole that's on these bags because of how they were mounted. It's a good possibility that the holes have been worn out a little bit and opened up, because this certainly is quite tight. But it seems like it's going in, which would be a score if it does. And I don't have to modify anything. Let's see. Oh, we're just about there. Oh, and we're there. All right. We are there, and yeah, so far so good. Step in the right direction. I like it. So let's drill a hole. All right, hole number 2. Now we can see if this lines up, which it appears to. And all right, they're there. They're in there. Let's see if we can't pull them through. They appear to only take a minor amount of persuasion, and that first mount is attached. So let's drill 2 more holes right around here, and then we can see if this thing will fit back in and start to screw together. All right, second 2 holes drilled, lines up. It's not bad considering I didn't actually measure anything. I know, it's measure 3 times, cut once, but I figured this doesn't have to be as precise. All right, 1 in. Last one. And she's in. Now, let's see if it actually drops in and lines up relatively close. I think close enough. I think we'll be able to get the thread started, you know, so that'll work. And this will definitely help keep these bags from rattling themselves apart and make it pretty easy to access on the side of the road. Yeah, threads are caught. Let's see. This one. Yeah, it's there. Maybe not absolutely perfect, but it's certainly good enough. It'll do the trick. So I feel them engaging the locks just like the factory ones. Well, on the newer bikes. There you go, hit, click, click. Yeah. I think that'll work. It's on there, hell of a lot tighter than flopping around, rattling, and basically cracking and rattling itself apart. Now, let's clean this foam off, get the new seal on, and see how well the bag fits to the top, because that's the other thing. I've heard these things have a habit of flying off. I'm not saying that this one's not going to fly off, but I figure with fresh foam to take up some of the slack and keep a seal going, I have better odds. Yeah, this thing literally is just falling apart. So I'll probably peel off as much as I can, get in there with a screwdriver or something, just scrape up what's left in there. I mean, it's just dry. I'm not sure what material this was, if it was a foam, but yeah, there's 0 life left in this material. It's actually coming off pretty easy. I was worried this was going to be more of a pain in the neck, but no. Nope, not this time. Not this time, Satan. It's literally just scraping right off. So this was one of those things I really was concerned was going to be a pain in the neck, but this was pretty good. Not complaining today, that's for sure. Oh yeah, look at that, it just comes right off. It should clean up just fine. This is clean enough for the purposes of this exercise. Not the biggest fan of this foam. I mean, it's Amazon stuff. This is just kind of an let's see if this will work situation, you know? Like I said, you gotta get creative sometimes. I think the locks aren't the greatest quality either, but now that I know it works, I can always get the original equipment ones. They fit a whole lot nicer. They feel a lot nicer at least. Okay, so the seal's all in as good as it's going to be. This should give a bit more firm of a feel when it goes on, which is kind of my goal here. Is just want it to feel like it's actually in place and you know, doing something. So, oh yeah, that's not going anywhere. I feel like that's how it should have been from the factory. Yeah, fits nice and tight, snug. Literally shaking the whole bike, and this thing's not rattling. Score. All right, we'll do the other side real quick, and fingers crossed, it goes just as smooth. So I did run into one problem on this side. So everything went together pretty smoothly, and seals in, the rubber on the bottom's in, but this bracket, this screw, because this is one of those bags designed for having the battery right here, and there's not a lot of room, I could not get that handle to turn. So for the moment, I simply have a bolt in there, though I might try to whack this down, because it doesn't 100% interfere. It's not like it's hitting down in here. It's hitting somewhere over here. So I might try to whack it down and grind it clean. I mean, worst case is an Allen that you can use to loosen it. But yeah, so that's one issue. Aside from that, though, I mean, it went together good and did exactly what I was looking for it to do. Just seal up and not vibrate, not rattle. This was a great idea. And, you know, a little creativity. You know, a little lack of intelligence with just drilling and not measuring or anything, but I think it did the trick. And now let's get to that tour pack. So here's how she was when I got her. She did have a backrest, which I don't particularly want to run, but I'm gonna have to cut this bracket off to have the seat mount, because the seat has studs that stick out from here, and they go into nothing if that bracket's not there. So I'm gonna have to cut that off, put this back on just for a little bit more patina. Now let's see inside this tour pack. Now I've been in it already. I didn't take anything out, but I went in it to get the service manual. So what do we have in here? We have the 84 to 87 FLT FXR service manual, and what looks like instructions for a Super E carburetor. Now, here we have the owner's manual, 1984 or 83 California. Owner's manual FLT FXR models, 1340 cc 5-speed, so Evo. We have, let's see, this looks like, this is a gasket kit. This is a gasket kit for, let's see, partially used, head gasket. Hopefully I don't need to use them. Actually, if I did use them, I'd go with Comedics, the same as I did on the Fat Boy. They worked great. But this got some gaskets. Who knows how old they are? That's another question. Let's see. Harley Davidson. Bunch of, this looks like locks. Lock stuff, lock hardware. Interesting. Guess he had issues with the locks. This is the cool stuff, right? Genuine Harley Davidson beer. Daytona 1990, Daytona 1986. Unopened. This is what he told me not to drink. Yeah. So 4 cans of beer, 2 from 1990, 2 from 1986. That's just cool. I'm sorry, you know. That shows this bike used to go all over the place. Let's see, what do we got in here? We got some, looks like more gaskets. More gaskets. Spark plug wire. Got two spark plug wires. So, genuine Harley Davidson parts. Very cool. Very cool. 31980 65B. All right. And 31981 65B. So some spark plugs. Let's see. This is. Oh, okay. This is kind of cool. Oh, look at that. You can see it on this side. This is so weathered. This is from the Boot Hill Saloon. don't know what he used this for, aside from maybe for the face. I don't know. Wonder. Good questions. Got a solenoid for the starter. Nice chrome one. I mean, it's old, but I wonder if it's any good. And what is this? We got, oh, tools. We got a toolkit. So the previous owner used to travel all over with this bike, cross country, Sturgis, Daytona. For 20 years he did. So I guess these were the toolkits that he took with him. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, oh yeah. More tools. Let's see, he's got hoses, he's got wires, he's got all sorts of stuff in here. Spark plugs. Actually, so some more spark plugs in here. Some nuts and bolts. Hopefully not stuff that fell off. Drill bits. What are you gonna do with that? Test light. Looks like a jiffy stand spring. Kind of cool. Some tape. A small screwdriver, and this is the reflector that's supposed to be here. I was wondering about that because there's one on this side that's pretty green, and there was not one on the other side. So that's cool. Yeah. So interesting to see what he was running around with for 20 years. I'll probably end up using this tour pack for travel to Sturgis, for example. I mean, it just makes sense. I have it, clip it on, and be able to ride to Sturgis with some extra stuff in it, and then pop it off and leave it in the hotel or Airbnb or campsite or wherever I end up staying. Yeah, there it is. King Tour Pack, Harley Davidson motorcycles. So, solved one problem for today. Did check the neck bearings. There is a little bit of play. So I'm gonna have to address that probably when I take this apart to do the controls and grips and clean up the electronics inside here. This bolt is stripped, I'll fix that. But next up, big step is those tires. Nice Dunlop American Elites, mounted up, ready to go. And this is the big step towards that highway run. But until then, until next time, thanks again for watching. Thanks for the comments. The great idea to try to adapt the later style saddlebag mount, so I keep the classic look and the patina with a more modern, rugged containment system. Yeah, I think it's good. You know, a little creativity wins out. Thank you again, and good night.